Okay, so this is a new segment, a new fresh segment. We're going to do 2 fresh segments for you. First time ever to do something like that because you are moving.
Correct.
That is very exciting. I got excited when I saw that because you guys have been on Robert Street for ever and ever.
Years.
Ever and ever and ever.
Yep.
I mean, my whole life. I used to bike. I would bike there. We lived in Crystal Creek, which is a northern development in North Moorhead. You know where that is? Mm-hmm. I would bike there because I didn't have a car. I would bike from Crystal Creek down to Robert Street to give you my my paycheck so I could play Magic the Gathering, which is doing better than ever. Great location that you're at. You recently expanded on the other side. You're across from Plains Art Museum, and that's where we're going this weekend to get free comic books on May 4th. But soon, and you were saying in another segment, August? We're going to be moving
August
to the Mexican
September.
Village.
We don't have a set date yet, but it's all because the building is getting a massive remodel, and so those things just take time.
Had you been looking for a new place for a long time, or how did that even come about?
Yeah, I mean, not really. We have a 30-year comic customer whose brother just happens to be Kevin Bartrum, who's one of the big developers in town. And Kevin found out that we might be on the market. I mean, I do this every about 5 years. I get an itchy trigger finger and I start looking, but it's never actually turned into anything before. So it probably wasn't really going to again either. But when Kevin heard that, he said, I own Mexican Village and I just love your shop because of how much it means to my brother. And in fact, Kevin's son also shops at Paradox.
Oh, wow.
And so it just was so meaningful to him. And Kevin's just a guy. If you don't know Kevin, he designed Brouhaha, he designed Drekkers. He's working on several other projects around town, but that's the level.
The owner of Mexican Village is the same guy who designed Brouhaha?
Yep.
I did not know that.
He's an architect and
I did not know that.
So, but he doesn't want to. One of his options was to demolish the building and just build some apartment mixed use thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do that. What he loves to do is reinvent these older buildings and legacy places while also taking somebody like me and giving me an opportunity that I just haven't had. I mean, if it wasn't for the money that Kevin was willing to put up front to do this remodeling and things like that, this project would not. It's like this. He's putting all the money up front. I'm taking on the long-term risk. So we both have a lot of skin in the game for success.
This is like a partnership with him.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm the tenant. I'm not buying it. I'm moving in. But we both are heavily invested in the success there for both of our sakes.
Absolutely. So what's going to be new? How's it going to be? I mean, gosh, I've been to the Mexican Village. I mean, that was a fixture when it shut down. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
So it's gutted. It was weird. The first time I met with Kevin, I thought, well, this is ridiculous. Like, I've been here since 1975. My family has had how many birthdays and celebrations and whatever.
Yeah.
And how could we move into that Mexican restaurant?
Yeah.
Well, the answer is you literally gut the entire place to the bone. You get, the walls are gone. The ceiling's gone.
Are you keeping a kitchen of some kind?
Nope. Not at all.
No kitchen at all?
No. Well, and the funny thing is...
Not even for yourself, just
one of the things that people don't realize is how big that building is because you think of it as I did, which is coming in as a customer.
Yeah, just the dining space.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this. That kitchen is half the building.
Yeah, I believe it.
It was gigantic. It blew my mind. And walking into that kitchen was the first time when I was like, okay, I see where he's going here, But it's all gone. Everything got auctioned in January.
Wow.
The gutting is done. So we're about there just now. I was over there this morning. They're going to be cutting in the windows that were put on the east wall. They're painting the ceiling. Concrete's going to get poured. New bathrooms have been plumbed. Just you name it. If you're familiar with the pit up front where you go down about 3 steps into a seating area and they had plants and kind of a greenhouse set up there. Yeah, that's all going away. They're going to level the pit off. They're tearing out the whole greenhouse section for a new storefront. Complete transformation of the building. So
you said Brouhaha, you said this. I'm thinking of all the new and exciting things that could be done. Are you going to get your liquor license and have like a little brew there?
No, we are not.
That'd be cool though. Hang out, have some beers, read some comics. That'd be cool. No,
but it's a whole different business, right? So we're a very family friendly, open to everybody place, and you get into those restaurant and liquor license situations, and people would love that. I mean, there is a segment of people who would love that. But one of the things that has happened is theme bars open or theme cafes open, and they're fun and exciting for 6 months or a year, and then they're the old news. A very common thing that happens. One of my mentors said the only business he ever failed in was the restaurant business. So it's just not one I'm willing to get into. So
okay, very cool. So it's going to be just the same as it ever was. Instead of being split two places, though, you'll have all the events and everything in one place.
I think it's going to be way cooler than it ever was.
Yes, I mean, that's what I was going to say. It's going to be the same, but it's not going to be a new business model of any kind. You're going to, with the comics and the games and everything, it's everything we came to expect, just updated and cooler and all put together and new and modern.
I would think of it this way. There are so many things that I would like to do or I already do, but I'm never able to maximize them. And I believe we're going to be able to do that. So, good example, we have an event coming up called Nerdy Rummage Sale. So we cram vendors in the alley behind the building and into our event center. And it works. It's cool, but we get about 200 people, and we always do, no matter what we try, right? Well, think of this now. I've got this huge parking lot behind me. We're going to turn it into DocsCon, and we're going to do all kinds of things. So this is just one example of all the things that are on our mind for things we're going to evolve from what we do now.
Yeah, there's so much parking there. Like parking will never be an issue for you ever again.
Nope.
That is
you know what? I hope it is.
Me too.
I hope they're all full and people are looking for places to park.
That's good. Very, very, very cool. Tell me, quick aside about Magic the Gathering. Do they ever do the old sets? Do they ever do tournaments or stuff like that? I've still got my old box with Birds of Paradise and cards from back when I was 15, but that was 20 years ago, Rich.
Yep, but there's formats for that called Legacy. And they do reprint some of those cards in current sets. So sometimes Legacy lets you play every set ever in the history of the game, but has a gigantic banned list as well. So you can't use Moxes and Black Lotus and things like that. But you can definitely use cards that you bought in the late 90s and early 2000s.
I'll have to, when you get your new place, I'm coming with ours for Legacy Night. That's absolutely, it'll be great to meet some people. So that was Fargo Fresh. Anything new and exciting coming up?
The move.
In August. That's going to be in August. Free Comic Book Day,
working hard on our brand new. So here's the thing for me. I love running events, but I've been limited in my event operations since the pandemic. Because of my two spaces, I have to put staff in the other side, but combining those two is going to give me 7 days a week. So we're working on leagues, all kinds of things we can do. Settlers of Catan, we want to start board game leagues, things like that where people could come in over their lunch hours, 7 days a week, find a place for family gaming, maybe on Sundays.
I remember what we wanted. What we wanted to talk about. It was the piece of art that got made. We wanted to make sure that got brought up.
And for Free Comic Book Day, we 2 years in a row now, we've commissioned original art from Troy Becker of Troy Becker Art, and this year's is a poster commemorating our move. It's the Incredible Hulk helping move Paradox. So he's got some friends along with him in the poster as well, but it's primarily the Hulk and a bunch of our boxes, and he's helping us move them.
And I'm going to use that art for the Fargo Fun segment. So if you're on YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. I mean, come on. You're one of the few people that are here. Help me out. I helped you, gave you some interesting content. You helped me out. Just hit the like button. Do it. Smash it. If you're not already there, go to YouTube, type in the Fargo Five. You'll find us. Subscribe. You're going to see that picture, that piece of art of Hulk making Paradox move. That'll be on the Fargo Fun segment for this. And we're going to move on to Fargo Frequently Asked Questions. Whoops. So we will come back with that. So don't go nowhere.